Hello everyone and welcome back to the Synchro Skaters Club, Season 2, Episode 10. My name's Sabrina and you're probably sick of hearing my voice, but we're back with me for another episode. This one was going to be called The Return of Gossip Girl, but it was kind of slack, I'm not gonna lie. I think I need to give better direction when it comes to my question asking. On the stories, on our Instagram stories, if you follow us on there, which you absolutely should be if you're listening on Spotify or Apple, wherever it is, you need to see all the tea that's on Instagram. Because I didn't get all that I wanted, but we'll get to that later. So this episode was going to be called Return of Gossip Girl, but I'm going to call it Mediocre Gossip Girl because that's kind of what it is. So we're just going to go through a couple of the things in the news. We're going to go some competition overviews, including Russia. And then we're going to go through everything on the Instagram stories that were up this week. So thank you for tuning in. If you're watching the video, I don't look like a naked mole rat this week. Although Look, last week I was in my pajamas with wet hair. It wasn't great, and I still haven't uploaded the video because I'm kind of embarrassed. But that's okay. I will put it up eventually. This week I'm looking a little bit more presentable, but you know what? It's fine. I just put things of myself on the internet for the world to see. Why am I rambling? That's kind of it. All right, shall we get into it? There's nothing more else to add to my little sad intro. Alrighty, let's go. Starting off with the things in the news, we're going to go over a few more bits about Synchro 9 and what's been happening, what's been going on. So there's been a few more things released. We had the article from the Finnish Ice Skating Association that was published on January the 9th that was talking about their skaters on the team, the coach, and how it's going to work, which was super exciting. That was like the first step into what it's actually going to be like. So Susanna Rakamo, definitely didn't say that right, is an ISU board member and chair of the Formation or Synchro Skating Development Working Group. They call it Formation Skating. I'm assuming this was a Google Translate issue. Really not sure. And she said Synchro 9 is an additional format that is intended to strengthen the sport, not change or replace what already exists. The article said that ISU is working closely with the coaches of this team, or the coach of this team, and is financially enabling the demo teams to operate. So if you didn't know, if you haven't read the article, the legendary Anu is back, the ex-coach of Marigold Ice Unity, when really that's just a criminal sentence when I say that all put together. But she has been charged with taking over the Finnish team. They said it was because she doesn't have a team at that level of herself at the moment, which is bullshit, but anyway. She said that she's been involved in the sport for so long and have skated with 32, 24, and 20 skaters. It is an interesting challenge in how we can make a team of 9 skaters look like synchro skating. So that's pretty cool to hear. I'm super happy she's back at the forefront of things, as I'm sure many people are. And then they also listed all the skaters that are going to be on the team. So they're all ex-Helsinki Rockets skaters, which is amazing. Do I want to try? All right, here we go. I'm so sorry. I'm excited to watch you all, but here we go. Lumi Heta, Erica Kato, Petra Kato, Inka Korpio, Rosa Latvala, Ava, I'm not saying that, sorry, Indra Sarkola, Fanny Solkola, and Vega Vesa. I apologize profusely. So that article was pretty cool to see. Then if you follow some some ex-Les Supreme, you might have seen it, that there's a few going around. There was a post or two hinting to who is in the Team Canada Synchro 9 team. But we know for sure that it is being coached by Marilyn, head coach of Les Supreme Senior and Junior. So I don't know how the hell she fits all of this in, but amazing. And yeah, there's some pretty, I would say, big names, retired Les Supreme, that have come back for this one to be part of Synchro history, so that's very exciting. And then we also have the Team USA team, which has been announced as being coached by Danielle Ostrower, so the coach of Teams Elite, which is super amazing. Again, an incredibly busy lady. Who knows how she's fitting this all in, but super excited to see where that's going. No announcement yet as to who the skaters are for their team. I don't know, will it be some of their junior skaters, some of their senior skaters? I guess we have to wait and see. If anyone wants to message us and give us a little sneaky peek, that would be fabulous. Then also on Synchro 9, during the Canadian Nationals, what is it called? Commentating, Lisa, the legend herself, had a bit more details to share about what is going on. So if you weren't able to listen or didn't see her video on One Team Movement, there was a little bit about teams possibly having 3 programs that they use in head-to-head rounds, and then they go into a battle for a medal round. Interesting. Don't know how that's going to work. And then also mention that at the 2027 World Championships, you'll see the junior Synchro and Synchro 9 categories, and then the top 5 to 6 countries from that competition will be the ones that qualify for the Olympic Games. So we're talking, top 5 to 6. So we'll be Finland, Canada, USA. Then we've got 3. Then the next 2 is probably fair game. I think at the moment Switzerland will be up there. Who knows? Who knows what we're going to see there? The Synchro 9 is still getting a lot of heat, perhaps, a lot of discussion. I don't think my perspective has completely changed, but I have spoken to a couple people saying that, it's a part to be of history. It's the only gateway to get into the Olympics, so I do understand that, where the 9 comes from. Skaters are able to move faster and use more of the ice. So yeah, I definitely was very quick to jump on the negative bandwagon, which for that I do apologize, but it was very entertaining. My memes are still popping off. I know it is disappointing that it's not 16, and I definitely still am disappointed, but maybe I'll be eating my words once we get to watch the demos from these fabulous these fabulous coaches and teams at the competitions this season. Who knows? So that's that for those sort of news. Recently, we don't normally dive into all the results of the competitions, but we're going to go over a couple because I feel like after, I don't know, Christmas felt like a little break, and it definitely was for me. So I'm going to go over some of the results. So we had the Hevelius Cup, the 10th Hevelius Cup, from the 16th to 17th of January in Poland. There was a solid lineup. Junior, we had, shall I start 9th? 9th place was Ice Dancing Flames, 90.90. 8th place with Diamonds, 99.92. 7th was Fire Blades, 151.51. 6th was Ice Fire, 163.46. 5th was Prima, 169.46. 4th was Crystalettes, 176.87. 3rd was Fond du Lac Blades, 176.95. That was a real close one between them and Crystalettes. Second with the Northernettes, 182.01. And then first was Dream Edges, 199.77. So pretty solid lineup in junior, which was cool to see. Especially the competitions I feel like that aren't challenges definitely tend to get forgotten about. So I'm glad that they aren't. In senior, we had 5th place Miami University with 176.12. 4th place with Ice Fire Senior, 182.48. 3rd place was Inspire with 186.53. 2nd was Lumineers, 212.79. And first was Unique with 215.60. So some pretty cool stuff going on in Poland. Moving on then, we also had the, where am I on my little notes? Cup of Dresden, 9th to 10th of January. Junior, we had six teams. So we had in 6th place Illuminets 76.75. In 5th place Colibris Vienna 100.68. In 4th place we have Cometa with 138.09. 3rd was Stella Polaris 139.10. 2nd was Valley Bay 193.26. And 1st was Helsinki Fantastic, 198.45. So a Finnish sweep on the podium there. In senior, we had 4th place, Globus Vienna, with 129.73. I believe it's their first season, so it's exciting to see where these guys are going. 3rd place, we have Skating Graces, 147.52. 2nd place, we have United Angels, 151.59. I guess those two are battling it out for the 2nd place, for the 2nd spot at Worlds for Germany. And 1st place, we have Inspire with 191.79. So they... I've gone back in dates, which is completely my fault. But they scored slightly lower, or 5 points lower at Hevelius Cup, which is interesting. I'm not going to go into the PDFs for these ones because then I would definitely run out of time, but, you know, just something to note. Then I'm going to go through Spring Cup, which was very recently as well. That was 16th to 18th of January again. In Italy, Junior, another impressive lineup. We had 8 teams. Bosphorus from Turkey, 87.44. Nice to see them. Some other competitions. 7th, we had Odyssey, 97.46. 6th, we had Eternity, 138.02. 5th, we had Hot Shivers, 162.80. 4th, Sun City Swing, 179.85. 3rd, Hockets, 184.94. 2nd, Lexets, 196.20. 1, Musketeers, 205.01. Damn. Then in senior, we just had our 2 Italians. We had Hot Shivers with 185.58 and Ice on Fire with 199.28. Competition grind has begun. A lot of these teams are doing back-to-backs at the moment, which is hard work. It's exhausting. So shout out to all the teams that are going one straight after the other. And we also continue on with this weekend after this has posted. Lumiere Cup will have completed, and we will be doing our episode wrapping that up next week, but they will have just skated. So some of these teams, they're going hard work. Alrighty, we're going to go into a bit more detail now. We have 2 competitions that I really wanted to talk about. So first we're going to do Canadian Nationals. Very, very fabulous. That was the 5th to the 11th of January. And it was in Quebec. I'm not saying the name of that city. It's really cool. If you didn't know, the junior and senior teams are included in with all of the other disciplines. So they have pairs, dance, and singles all competing at the same national championships for junior and senior, which is very, very cool. Gives them all a lot more exposure there. Kind of like, I guess, what the Combined Worlds is hoping to do. But yeah, I definitely thought we'd go through the results on these ones because it was an exciting competition by the looks of things. So we're going to start with junior. Let me pull up my little PDFs. So, I'm going to have to make sure I get all my teams and themes right now too, aren't I? Oh, this will be good. I'm so sorry. We had 7 teams entered into the junior category. Fabulous. In 7th place, we had Lower Mainland Junior, though the total score of 121.08. Really sorry, cannot confirm what their themes were, but short program. Their base value was 22.50. TS was 22.40, so pretty close. They had a fall in their no hold, a couple negatives going in there. Moves 2, Twizzles 2, pivoting block base. Yeah. Their free program had a total... Oh, did I say the short program total score of the last... I don't know. Free program score was 78.44. So their base value was 34.25 and the TS was 35.40. So doing a bit better this one. They, again, very similar calls in the 2s and 3s for these guys. A couple negatives. But yeah, well done for 7th place. 6th place, we have Prima, which rebranded, was mentioned. I don't know if I mentioned this. Many messages letting us know that it was Golding Ice. They've rebranded to Prima to stop the confusion. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it because I got very confused. But they came in 6th place with a total score of 143.63, so we jumped up about 20 points there. Their short program, they got 45.94. Yes, they did. They were in 5th place after the short program. They got a base value of 41 and a TS of 45.84. Sitting in I3, PI3, spin 4, moves 2, travel 4. So a bit of a variety in the levels there, but looking good. I'm pretty sure they sent me their theme reveal. And I am really slack and didn't upload it on my spreadsheet. I'm so sorry. Prima, let's have a quick squiz so I can make sure I'm not embarrassing myself. Oh, Daredevil. Free program is Daredevil and short program is... It's looking like a Gatsby sort of vibe. Where's their announcement? Roaring 20s. There we go. I can update my spreadsheet. Short program was Roaring 20s. Super cool. Free program, they got 97.69. So they came in 6th for the free program. So they're... Did I do that the wrong way round? Oh my god, I did. You know what? I'm gonna blame it on tiredness, okay? That's just what we're doing. Brain is not fully functional. No one knows this because no one cares. No one gives a shit about me personally. We just care about Synchro. But I'm a flight attendant and I feel like I'm running on 0 sleep at the moment. The bags under my eyes, they're real. So I'm very sorry for getting that the wrong way round. What an idiot. Anyway, did I? Yeah, I did. Short program base value was 26 points and they got 25 overall. Same with the levels. I4, PI4, Twizzle Element 3, Moves 3, No Hold 3. I've already done the free program. We're looking good there. Oh, you'd think I'm half asleep right now. Okay, moving on to 5th place. We have Gold Ice Junior with 150.10 as their total score. They came in 5th with the short program with a base value of 28.75, TS of 30.25, and total score of 54.07. Some slightly higher calls in this one, so you can kind of see as we move up in the levels. Their short program theme was running. Then onto their free program, we have... They came in 6th in the free program. So their total score is 96.03, base value was 43.25, TS was 46.05. They had 2 falls, which sucks, but is what it is. Some good calls though. 4, 4, 4, no hold base step 2, 4, sync spin 3. But everything else was what they could get. But yeah, nice. Their free program theme was Outlaws, which is cool. 4th place, we have Ice Ignite with a total score of 155.18, so moving up by about 5 points now. Their short program got 54.86, base value 28.25, TS 30.06.
they had a fall in their pivoting block. So they got block 2. Twizzle element 3, I3, PI3, no hold, 4 step base. Fabulous. Then their free program, which is this one, is total score of 100.32. Base value was 42.50. TS 47.60. Another fall here in the traveling element. In the 3s again for most of the calls, but some good GOE. Yeah, Sinksman 4. All the others were 3s. Nice. Up again, we have Nova Junior, 171.94. So we've taken that step up in the points. Their short program, they got 100 and... You know what? Ignore me. Their short program, they got 59.01. Base value was 25. TS was 30.12. So you can see that jump in the GOEs that these teams are getting now. Twizzle element 3, block 2, no hold 4 step base, moves 3, ooh. Oh no. Something must have gone wrong in their intersection. I1, PI3. I imagine that's not what they were aiming for. Their themes for the short program was Maison. Am I looking at the junior? Yes, I am. Free program. We got 112.93. Base value was 42.75. TS was 52.62. They did not come to play. Damn. Solid work. Comeback. I4, PI4. Artistic block 2. I4, PI2. No hold base step 3. Travel 4. Spin 3. Moves 3. Nice. Their free program theme was The Godfather. Moving up to second place, we have Les Supreme Junior with a total score of 186.88. Their short program was 64.78. Base value 31.5 and TS was 36.35. They had 2 falls. We've got a fair few falls going on in these top ones. But some very high calls. Just Twizzle element 3 and PI3. Everything else was a 4. Nice. But yeah, a fall in the Twizzles and a fall in the intersection. Their short program theme was Dark Winter. Very cool dresses. Their free program, we got 122.10. Ooh. Base value 44.75. TS 57.80. Looks nice and clean to me. A couple 4s in there for the GOE. Moves 3, I3, PI4, no hold step 3, spin 4, intersection 4, travel 4. So nice. Their free program theme, it was cinematic. Then, I feel like, were these guys the underdogs? I was so excited when I saw that they won. Super excited for them. In first place this year, we have Nexus Junior. Super excited. Their dresses are amazing. I've watched snippets of their skate. Looks incredible. They got a total score of 197.82. So like pretty much, well, 9, can I do math? 9 points. No? I can't do math. 11 points above Les Supreme. So damn. 197.82. Short program got 71.38. Base value was 31. TS was 40.12. Lots of 4s going on in there, just looking real consistent. Some good program components too. Moves 3, pivoting block 3, Twizzle element 4, I4, PI4, no hold 4. Their short program theme was Becoming Me. Now this is the free program. Everyone in the stories mentioned their free program. So I do need to get off my ass and actually watch the free program. But it was Kill Bill. Beautiful black dresses with flowers all over them. Incredible. So they got a total segment score of 126.44. Base value was 45.75. TS was 60.36. Damn. Yeah, all the calls. No hold space, step 3, I3, PI4. Otherwise, everything was top of the class. Damn! Super cool. Super happy for Nexus. I hope that means that the skaters coming through is going to ruffle a bit more feathers coming into senior eventually. Because we've had a bit of a dynasty with Nova and Les Supreme from the last few years. Nexus has kind of been left behind a little bit in the senior category, which we get to now. However, I am loving their creativity at the moment. Wow, I always have, but the themes for their seniors were pretty cool this year. So, speaking of, we go to the senior category. Coming in third place for the short program. Wow. Third place. No, let me restart again. Third place overall, we have Nexus with a total score of 214.66. But they came in second place after the short. So their short got 78.48. Base value was 32.45. TS was 42.80. All the calls apart from I3, PI4. Otherwise, fantastic program components in the 9s. Looking good. Their short program theme, let me go back up to senior, was No More Tears. Dresses, beautiful. Their free program, they came in third in the free, so they got 136.18, and we had 2 falls in the no hold. But base value overall was 54, TS was 68.54, so damn. So they got some GOE knocked off in the no hold, but everything else looking great. We got Pair Element 3, everything else, Twizzle 3, everything else, slay. The free program was Wonder Woman. The dresses were really freaking cool. Love that. Loved it. I just love the, like, Vampire is going to live with me forever. That was such a cool program. And Wonder Woman was, like, up there with that sort of theme. So I'm excited for them. Hopefully where we see them go in the next couple of years. All right, second place we have Nova. So they actually came in third in the free by, like, 1 point. So some very close margins going on there. They got base value of 30.50, TS of 41.23, total segment score of 77.07. So their short program theme was Still Loving You by Scorpion. It was just the song. Where's my little sheet? They got all the calls, just steps 3. All 4s apart from steps 3. 9s all the way, program components. Slay. Their free program they were in second for the free program, so they got 144.71, so that was about, like 8 points higher than Nexus. Their base value was 54.50, TS was 72.62. Damn. Pretty much. I4PI3 again. Just a 4, pivoting block 3, but lots of fantastic GOE going on there. Super cool. Their free program theme was extravaganza, right from home. Dresses. Mwah, fantastic. Some of the photos that have been coming out from there, amazing. First place, the reigning national champs, we have Les Supreme. Their total score was 226.99. Their short program score was 81.44, base value 32.5, TS 44.2, 4s across the board for their levels. Yeah, nothing else really to say on that one. That's the Him à la Amour, the Celine Dion cover. And then we have their Firebird free program where they have really sick makeup. If you haven't had a chance to like zoom in on what's going on, it looks incredible. It's like bright orange. They look like Firebirds. But their free program 145.55. Base value was 53.5. TS was 70.79. Calls. We got I4PI3, group of 3, pivoting block 3. Everything else was in the 4s.
But execution was fabulous. Oh, they got group lift 3 and Nova got group lift 4. Gonna have to watch that and see what's going on there. But interesting. They got minus. How do you get a +4 from Judge 3 and a -1 from Judge 9? I don't know what planet. Damn, trying to compare. Interesting. Who knows what planet we're on over there? So anyway, that was the results rundown from the Canadian National Championships. Now we will start to see them on the international circuit, which is very exciting. I'm pretty sure most of them are going to the International Classic. I don't know what else they're going to. Can't lie to you. No fucking clue. Poor journalism. Sorry. Moving on. This one I'm very excited to talk about. I always toss up between whether we should or whether we shouldn't talk about Russia. If you haven't watched Heated Rivalries, you need to go watch it now. I was trying to channel Ilya. Anyway, it's fine. I'm fine. I'm not obsessed. Yeah, we always toss up about it, and I did ask a question about the political climate on our Instagram stories, which everyone politely avoided. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I really wanted to talk about it. Obviously, they are not in competition, and we say that every time, but sports is political. It's countries competing against each other. But I want to know what they're doing. I really do, because if they come back, if they're allowed back, maybe stop fighting wars, and then you can be allowed back. But oh, Sabrina. That's an inside thought that's not coming out of my mouth. I'm just making myself laugh. Please ignore me. I just want to know what's going on over there. So I will have posted the scores update by the time this podcast comes out. So everyone will have been able to have a browse. So if you have seen that and I'm just rereading all these scores to you, I'm so sorry. But we're going to go through them because they're really fucking interesting. And I brought up the PDFs. They are in Russian. So, I mean, like, the element names, obviously they've got, like, the letters and stuff, but everything else is in Russian. So I've done my best. Shout out to Anna, a friend that did some translating for me to make sure I had the teams correct. Because it was not easy, but we're going to give it a whirl. So they had the second stage of the Russian Cup on the 15th to the 18th of January in Yoshkar Ola. It's a city somewhere in Russia. Don't know where. Don't really know my Russian geography. They had 8 senior teams and 15 junior teams competing. Oh my gosh. Looking at some of the results from their other competitions, looks like they have their skating like integrated into school sporting academies because they represent schools. I don't know if it means clubs or if it means schools, but if you know more about this than I do, feel free to let me know, but because I know jack shit. But I'm doing my best. So we're going to start with junior. 15 teams. Crazy. And now I'm trying to read the PDF like, hello, are you a pleb? No, okay, so 15th place, Ledoko, also translates to icebreaker in English. They got 142.59. So we're starting pretty strong. We're starting like not lowest tier, but like next maybe-ish tier up. We're starting pretty strong. We're talking levels like no hold 3 step base, twizzle 2, pivoting block 2, moves 3, I4 PI 2 in their short, and then talking in their free, I4 PI 3, creative lift, artistic lift 2, travel 4, moves 3, spin 4, no hold base, or step base, and I3 PI 3. So, you know, pretty good. I'm not going to read all of the PDFs for all of fucking 15 of them, but I might do like the top 3 or 4. But 14th place, Tenais, 142.62, so close competition between those two. 13th was Millennium, 144.07. 12th, I'm not saying the Russian name, but it translates to Constellation, 148.81. 11th was Sonata, 150.97. 10th, Twinkle Ice, 151.27. 9th, Siberia, 159.41. 8th, Brooklyn, 160.57. 7th, Arabesque, 168.18. 6th, Idel, 180.65. 5th, Mistral, 185.92. And 4th, Frivolite, 187.92. So coming in third, we have Ice Crystal with a total score of 191.47. I'm just really trying hard to fact check myself. So they got 73. Nope. They got 71.31. Let's make sure I'm doing this right. In their short program, we're talking no hold 4, step bass, I4, PI4, moves 4, twizzles 3, pivoting block 2. All 2s and 3s with a couple of 4s. So they're, oh shit, how am I going to read this? Here. Same as us. Okay. Their base value was 30 and their... Oh, which one is it? I'm going to go with 32.25. Was their TS? Could be wrong. You know what? I've got no idea which one it is. But they got total score was 71.31 for the short program. For their free program, make sure it's the same one. Oh god, it's not. Oh, this is really difficult. Maybe it is the same one. So usually, you see how this works. I have my little notes on my document and then I have the PDFs up. But usually, I don't have to translate the PDFs. Am I going to be able to give you the... Actually, maybe I will be able to. Nope, that's on that one. I've got no idea what they scored in their free program. $100.05. No, that's senior, you twat. Oh my god, have I been reading senior? See, this is why. Oh no. No, that was junior. Okay, so where's the other junior? Ice Crystal. You know what? You're not getting a short and free score. I'm so sorry. You got that one. Let's just deal with it. Second place, we have Junost, however you want to say it. It's a pretty well-known Russian junior team. If you've been around, you've definitely heard of them. They got a total score of 208.41. Hot damn. We're going to just guess. CBE. Yep, that's CBE. They're CBE. Fabulous. Short program. We got 75.51. All the calls just pivoting. Oh, pivoting block 3 moves element 3. 4s in the GOEs. Yeah, nothing else there. Okay, Sabrina. Let's use our brain. Let's get... No, that's senior. That's also senior. Come on, Sperry, you can do it. I believe in you. This is the free. No, that's not the free. That's the total score. That's the short. That's the short.
This is the free. Here we go. Okay. Damn, they came first in the free. See, now I'm figuring it out. They got 132.90. Does this math? 132.90. Oh, it was so close between the top two teams. Damn. So 132.90 was their total score. Everything was a 4 that it could be apart from no-hold base step 3. Damn, that was a good score. Because then in first place we have Crystal Ice. Another, I would say, very famous Russian junior team with 208.73. So it was 0.32 between them both. That's crazy. So Crystal Ice got 76.61. So they were 1 point ahead in the short. All the calls, literally they got moves 4 instead of the other team got, and just got moves 3. But they both had pivoting 3. So very, very similar, just that one level that made a difference there. And then in the free program, am I reading this right? Yes, they came second, 132.12. So they're neck and neck, these two. Damn. Literally, oh no, not the same calls. So they got moves 3, not moves 4. But everything else was the same between the two teams. That is very close. Wow. Be exciting to see how they unfold. I do have the video link. If anyone hasn't been able to find it or is interested, let me know. I'm happy to send it through. I've also tried to record Crystal Ice's free and Paradise's free, so first place free programs. So I'm possibly going to upload those to our TikTok. So keep you posted. Depends how technically challenged I am. We just wait and see. Okay, now I have to find the senior PDFs. Because why would I make my life easy? Why would I do that? I think it's this one. Bear with me as I open these ones up. Hello. Judges score. Judges score. Nope, I don't want to watch this. Thank you. Or this one. Does this have 9 teams? Yes, it does. 8 teams? 9 teams? 8 teams. Oh, I think there was 9. Nope, there was only 8. I'm now talking to myself. Fabulous. Okay, so coming in 8th place. I don't know. LG? 147.99. So let's look at theirs. They had a fall. Their short program got 45.06. And then their free got 102.93. No falls. But yeah. Still getting some good calls going on. Pretty much all 0s and 1s and 2s. So starting pretty good. 7th place, Fakel Yamal. I know that sounds like I'm saying something else, but it's not. Fakel. 161.35, so we've made a bit of a jump going up there. They were 7th in both programs. So short got 57.06. Something went terribly wrong in their intersection. Oh my God. With a lot of minuses. And then their free program got 102.93. Moving to Arabesque. So they also have a junior team. So that's cool to see. 179.86. Made another jump up in the scores going on there. They got 60.46 in the short. And then they got 119.40 in the free. Pretty much getting everything, lots of 4s, pivoting block 2 and twizzle element 3. Everything else is getting 4s. I've done Arabesque. 5th, quick step, 198.79. Their
the senior category is very solid. Like if you came 8th in the short, you came 8th in the free. If you came 4th in the short, you came 4th in the free. Who am I doing? Quick step, 198.79. 66.54 with a fall in the spins. Ooh, dropped their GOE quite a lot. And then in the free program, we got 119.40. Not as good on the GOE on this one. Particularly in the pair element. They got pair 4, but not great GOE. Twizzles 3. Interesting. Then we have 4th place. Shall I try say it? Because it's kind of funny. Jemchuzina. Wow, I'm really good at this. I'm basically like Connor. My Russian's fantastic. Translates to Pearl. They got 208.69. I like the name Pearl. I'm sure they don't call it that in Russia, but I like Pearl. 208.69. 71.22 in the short. We're getting all 4s apart from step 2 in the no hold. Ooh, that's all 4s and everything else. That's a little bit of a... And then we have 137.47 in the free. God damn. Pivoting block 3, pair element 3, moves 3. Yada, yada, yada. Okie dokie. 3rd place. Our big contenders. Crystal Ice. You got to know who these guys are. 74.74 in the short. All 4s apart from step 2. Well, we're slacking on our turns over there in Russia, apparently. I say from my high horse. Free program. We got 145.07. All 4s in the calls for the free. Nice. 2nd place. Now, I always thought it was Tarzan, but it's not. Nope, that's still wrong. Tatarstan. Tatarstan? That just sounds like a tongue twister now. Anyway, they got 221.98 as their total score. Oh, I take it back. They weren't consistent. These guys were 2nd in the short and 3rd after the free. So the other ones were the other way around. I just need to look at these notes better. So 2nd in the short, they had 76.91. Oh, that means I read their free out for the other team. Whoopsies. Sorry. 76.91 in the short. And they got 145.07 in the free. And Crystal Ice got 146.06. So literally a point, not even between them for that one. Yeah, literally a point between them in the final scores. And then coming in clutch with... I don't really know what else to say about these guys. What can you say? They've been like the national champions for like 30 years or something stupid. We have Paradise. They got a total score of 237.42. Their short program, 81.19. All the 4s, apart from steps 3 again going on here. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say for them. Their free program, 156.23. So we're 10 points ahead of the other teams in the free. Again, all the top marks. Holy fuck. I'm so sorry for swearing. Their pair element. I mean, I watched it. Was it that good? It was, okay, it was really good. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't need to count that. It literally says judge 7. They got 5. 5 out of 7 judges gave them +5. The other 2 gave them +4. They're good. Oh, damn. Was it that good? I don't know. Maybe I'll post the video so you can have a look for yourself. Their entry was sick. I will give them that. Maybe that's why they deserve it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being picky because it's Russia. Anyway, they got all the top calls, all the amazing bits and bobs. Just some solid scoring. last year I tried to compare and put everyone in the same category to like see what of the same category, the same score chart. Well, my rankings, that's the word I'm looking for, to see how they compared, and if they were included, they would be smashing everyone. So perhaps not so much in the junior, but I would say quite possibly in the senior category that they would perhaps be beating everyone else. Which I don't enjoy that thought, but that's okay. If you haven't watched it, I'll ask and I will absolutely send you the link, because Google Translate was just a pain to navigate. Look, they're just trying crazy shit. One of the junior teams I think it was the junior team, everyone did a double sow. Paradise, everyone did an axle in the no hold. You know, it's just bonkers. What else did I write about their notes? Where's my little... I'm sorry, today's just a lot of me jumping back and forth. Oh, they had some mad coordinated knee slides as like a choreographic part at the beginning of the Paradise is Free. Their moves, they did this wildly deep outside edge 180. And I'm not saying, like some teams do a 180, but it's not a 180. These were 180s that went straight into Bielman's. And the same with junior. Like, they did back camel catches and then slalomed. How does that work? And then stepped into the other foot. You just got to watch it. It's just mad. So I really hope you appreciated that Russian update, because if anyone's as interested as I am, you can see what they're getting up to. But I'm glad I'm past that now, because that Google Translate situation was horrific. We're going to move on to my polls. Finally, about time. This is the gossip session that I wish it was more of a gossip session, but it wasn't. We're just talking about how everyone's feeling about the season pretty much. But it's still interesting to see where everyone is at. So I'm going to begin with the first couple questions, which was, what was the favorite junior themes this season? We had quite a few for this one. Some we got lots of answers, some we got like none. Teams Elite, Carmen was by far like the number one favorite theme. And then a couple people said both Carmens, which is funny. So shout out to Skyliner's Carmen as well. We got quite a few for Nexus's Kill Bill. They're free. That one. Nova's Godfather. Northern Net Sound of Silence. Musketeers Cleopatra. Agree on that one. Dream Edge's Architect. Les Supremes Dark Winter. Ice Ignite Cha Cha Slide. Yeah, that's pretty much a summary of everyone, or like the most listed ones. Couple votes for... Look, I know you're all from Icicles, but you can't keep voting for yourself. They all vote for their own themes, and I get it. They're fabulous. However, we need some input about other teams as well. I know we'd all vote for ourselves as we could, but it's not always... I'm not taking those answers. Even the ones that I look at, I always investigate. See where you're from if you skate for that team, if they're the ones that you've noted. So I'm watching. Seniors and favourite themes, a lot for Les Supremes Firebird, a lot for Unique's Piaf. I would agree on that one. Lots for Ice on Fire. Both programs have been mentioned a couple times. Miami's Le Freak got mentioned multiple times. I do agree. Couple for Lumineers. Both programs have been mentioned, but specifically Seven Sins. Also Wuthering Heights was mentioned, but they're both been pretty cool. Okay, a couple of people not from Icicles did mention Squid Game, so I'll take that one for you guys. Yeah, that was kind of it. And then I go to like favorite program overall. So those were supposed to be your favorite themes, and then the next one was just favorite program overall. Very, very similar. For this one, for these responses,
A lot saying teams elite free. Didn't say junior or senior, just said teams elite free for a lot of people. A lot of Rockettes fans. Couple for Marigolds. We can. More for Edith Piaf. Sky Freeze. Sky Junior's free, so Carmen again. More for Lumineers. I feel like these are very similar, all the same. Favorite dresses was very interesting. We had a couple for Prima Junior's Daredevil program. They are sick outfits, I'll give you that. Lots saying both for the Rockettes. Yeah, their dressmaker's incredible. No matter what they've got, it's always just stunning. Quite a few for Olympia's free program. They're like, is that the florally one? I think so. Or is that their short? I'm getting confused. I can't remember. This one, we did have multiple people vote for Icicles Junior's 13th Chime, the dresses with the sleeves. I'm like flapping my hand around in the video. They're very pretty. I do like them. And then actually a lot of votes for Miami's short program. The beautiful blue dresses with stunning flowers on them. So that's really cool. I like that. Okay, moving on to junior podium. Who do we think is going to be on the junior podium? You know what? This one kind of surprised me, but now that you think about it, I'm like, I agree. We had lots of votes again for Teams Elite. They're always pretty much up the top there. And then we have either the most common was probably Valley Bay and Fantastic, possibly in second. We had a lot of votes for Nexus in third. Nexus Junior coming in third. So it's going to be an exciting year. I agree with that. I want to see Nexus Junior on that podium. This one, I reckon, yeah, Teams Elite, Dream Edges, Nexus Junior is the most common one. Pretty much everyone. Couple saying Skyliners might get up there as well. Valley Bay, Fantastic. Yeah. Valley Bay, Fantastic, Dream Edges, Teams Elite, and Nexus, I would say, are the ones, and possibly Skyliners, that we're going to see. So that's exciting. Senior podium. Same old, same old. Let's be real. We're going to see Unique, Rockettes, and Les Supreme. Unique to win. Unique one. Unique. A lot of people are putting Unique in first, and I'm rooting for them. I do hope this is their year. As much as we love Cell Block Tango, maybe Piaf is the one that's going to take it. A lot of people saying they're looking forward to seeing Ice on Fire climbing up the ranks. Unique. Haydenette's in second. Someone's got Haydenette's up there. Moving up. Come on, guys. I like this one. Unique in first, Supreme in second, Rockettes in third. We shall see. Team Unique, or I'm throttling someone. I like that. Very good. Okie dokie. Coming in next. Underdog or underrated. Who do we think? Jingu Ice Messengers. Yes, agree. Always love their shit all the time. Nova Senior. Yeah, they're just always good. Lumineers. I think because of all the Finnish teams, they just kind of get shadowed over. Everyone doesn't really think about them. But they are incredible. They would smash. They do. They smash all the other teams. And they're the fourth Finnish team. Inspire. Yeah, excited to see their comeback. Lots of Nova Seniors. Miami University feels underscored to me. Skyliners Junior. Yeah. Team Berlin, someone said. Clubris Vienna. Yeah, shout out to them. A strong first outing at Dresden. Nice. I agree with all of those. We also asked a couple further thoughts on Synchro 9. I know I've already talked about that, and I know I'm just yapping now. Sorry. I don't even know if I can read some of these. Look. They're all negative. I tried to be positive at the start. All of these results are very, very negative. Someone said, let's see how the demos are before making comments. I agree. I should have done that, but I didn't. We just have to wait and see, don't we? It's not the same sport. Sad. Wait to see the demos. Someone said the ISU is sabotaging Synchro. What's new? Oh my god. Okay. Olympics. I had to mention this because it's the Olympic year. Obviously, I mean, if you like skating, you gotta watch the Olympics. Like, super exciting. Maybe we'll be on there one day. Shout out. So many people replied to this one. Amber Glenn. A lot of people are excited to see Amber Glenn. Hell yeah. Piper and Paul. I don't like y'all and me or whatever the fuck his name is. All the stuff he did to, oh my gosh, what's her name? That's so terrible of me. His old partner. So I don't like him. I don't want him to win. Piper and Paul. Alyssa, Ilya. Yeah, Ilya's incredible. He's amazing. But I just wish Jason Brown was going. I'm so sad. Olivia and Tim's 2nd June. All very similar. We love the ice dance as synchro skaters. It's hard really to ignore that, isn't it? Someone said they don't care about pairs because it should be synchro. No, we care about the Canadian chick who's killing stereotypes and wore, what did she have, Versace dresses? I don't know her name. I'm so sorry. The 40-year-old that made her come back. She's an icon. So we do care about pairs. A couple people replied about world politics. Someone said they don't think politics should have an impact on sports, but they think it might, unfortunately. I disagree. Sorry. Even though I like to report on it. It's countries competing against each other. If your country's being a dick, you don't deserve to be there. I know it's not the athlete's fault, but it doesn't look good. It's like looking at Eurovision, you know? The shit's going on there. Okay, maybe, but someone said, I like my little skating bubble where it just revolves around sport. Yeah, I understand that. Someone said they think Russia will be back. They're waiting for Paradise. Yeah, a lot of people saying that they think... A couple people brought up what I wanted them to bring up. So it's very controversial. But as... I know a lot of my listeners are from the US. Thank you so much. I love you all. I really appreciate it. But in the international media, there's a lot going on about travel restrictions and the impact that your personal social media has on getting visas or entering the US. And I'm very, very interested to see how that will unfold and what that means for a lot of athletes and a lot of spectators. I know already it's had a huge impact. I think, is it the FIFA or whatever? I don't know. There's a big event that the US is holding that has gone the complete opposite way they had hoped because of all these new visa restrictions. So that's what I was kind of hoping people would lean into. I want to know what you guys think. Obviously, I don't live in the US. I don't know what the media is like over there, but for the rest of the world, it's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. What will the next synchro trend be? Someone wants to see some Wicked programs. I don't know if that's a trend, but I do agree. I think that would be cool. Team scarves. Yes, we're seeing a couple of those. Team glasses, obviously. Pins at competitions. I feel like that's been around for forever. More expressive hair and makeup. Agree. This is already starting. Take Firebird's eyeshadow. Yeah, more dresses with gloves. Yes, already seeing that. More long sleeve flowy dresses. Yes. How did I go from world politics to to this? Continuing. Silly socks for the whole teams. High buns is becoming popular again. It's like we are bringing back 2016 No, that was even earlier, wasn't it? Like the bun right on top of your head. Rugby jerseys. Yeah, we're definitely seeing that a lot. And gloves. I did also ask Fave's social media team. Everyone's very passionate about this. A lot of people are voting for their own team, but you know, Prima Junior made some sick videos. I would agree with that. Unique has some good videos. Rockettes. Miami Skating. Skate with Sammy on TikTok. Shout out. Yeah, okay, I'll give Icicles Junior this one. They have some good TikToks. Shout out to Emmy. There's a lot of teams on TikTok. The Ice on Fire vloggers are very entertaining. Well done. Nice. This one I'm not going to mention because that's for me. Anyone you're desperate to hear on the pod, that's for us to keep an eye on. That's for me. That's a secret. Then the final one where I was hoping I would get more, but maybe I just need to be a little bit more direct with my questions. So we will. But some of the tea that we got given, apparently there is a lot, I don't know, I'm not from the US. Again, there is a lot of rumors about Teams Elite being toxic and the gossip in the Synchro community over there. And someone said they wanted to clear the air that they have skated for multiple organizations, and this is completely untrue. It is an organization that gels incredibly well, and everyone is very well trained and works together in perfect harmony. And that's why they're so fucking good. Sorry, you can't have a toxic environment. I take that back. You can have a toxic environment and be that good, but I don't think you can have a toxic environment and have people that so clearly adore each other, which is what was like in our interview with them last year after they won Junior Worlds. Inspire, at the Helvalius Cup, the poor girl had to get stitches after a fall in the wheel element. Not perfect. I haven't watched it, so I didn't know. Hope she's doing okay. This one, however, is tea. Kind of. British ice skating. This person said lost control of the Synchro championships. Poor planning, shit organization. Again, I get just as not British ice skating is a shit organization, but as in like the planning organization side of things, terrible. Because their Synchro national championships had to change their date. And the announcement was only made a couple of days ago. And it's like a very last minute change because the arena that it's held in was booked for something else. And that's terrible. You're supposed to have these things planned out like years in advance at least, you know, to have the correct bookings. So that's cause I love, again, the Facebook moms in the comment section. They're really just showing them how shitty they are about this change. It's fantastic. So yeah, not a huge amount of tea, but this one was a very good summary. Maybe I need to have some more direct questions. Maybe I need to be a bit better at that. I have many questions, but I feel like they're just too much. Like, I want to know what the Hawkettes are doing with Pam. How are they enjoying it? What's she like? I wonder what the Skyliners are, how they're doing with just Josh and without Pam. I want to know what happened to Illumination Senior. I want to know where Turkey Senior teams are. I want to know who the most talked about coaches in your country, or if someone got team captain and they probably shouldn't have. I want to know why Gert from Team Berlin just left and then came back. What's going on? I want to know the difference between, I mean, obviously I know the difference, but I want to know the differences within the club with how, in the club, with Hayden Select and Haydenettes, you know? Boots on the ground journalism. Maybe I need to ask these questions. Anyway, I've shit-talked for a very long time. I was so nervous doing this one by myself, and it's been an hour 10. I'm so sorry. If you get the whole way through, thank you for listening. To all the teams competing this weekend at the Challenger, good luck. You will have already skated. I'm super excited to see where it's gone. And as I said earlier, we'll be doing a review. I've yapped for forever. I'm going to sign off now. Thank you so much for listening. Lots of love. The Synchro Skaters Club. Goodbye.